Let's go. So, what a weird game. Arkansas UAB. Let's break it down. So, Zeno takes the zone read pull, and it's interesting. You play the running back here on the zone read. You have somebody here in the flat here. This is just really well done. You love to see this hustle right here by Anton to get back into the play. Just a really good job defending this in the red zone. You're able to hold them to a field goal early. Now, I know level of competition heavily goes into what I'm about to say here, but holy crap, Arkansas's run game has really been cooking. I love the timing of this. This is something you don't see a lot of. Normally, you wait for the jet sweep motion to go across, but this time you have two pullers in this instance. So you have the jet sweep coming across late here with the outside kick out. And look at this movement. I mean, this Arkansas offensive line has just gotten so much better. Give Eric Mateos a lot of credit. 63 does a good job getting 95 out of this hole. And Landon Jackson, man, has just been really freaking good for Arkansas this year at breaking tackles and finding ways through just tiny spaces. Good. Now, I will defend him because even the best quarterbacks have mistakes on double slants, right? You're looking at some slides here. Dak Prescott had a pick six on double slants last year versus the Packers. And this is essentially the same thing. Your CeeDee Lamb, your go-to guy, Andrew Armstrong, is who you lock in on, okay? They read scouting reports. They know that a quarterback who likes to lock on more often than not will lock on to his best guy. So slants are normally read inside out. But immediately, Taylen Green reads the outermost inside slant concept, all right? And this guy, the underhang, overhang, whatever you want to call him, just stares it down, and it's just an easy pick. Now, this will sound terrible, but Taylen Green is about the best quarterback you want to have out there for a pick six because he's ridiculously athletic and can chase down basically anyone who picks the football off from him, okay? So, look, he makes a good play, touchdown saving tackle. All right, jet sweep touchdown, and it's just a simple pop pass here. Or it's not a pop pass, it's a little shovel. You've got to have contain, all right? If you're Singletary, you know you have inside help, the corner. So what we need you to do is run as hard as you can towards the sideline and not let him get the edge on you. Okay, that's all you need to do to prevent this from being a touchdown, but he can't quite do it. That's a good turn up field right there, and he scores. Man, I freaking love this from UAB. I don't care what anyone says, okay? If you're going to pull off the upset, go for it, okay? I don't mind aggression if that's the mentality of your team. It's just hard to do this versus a guy who has a fully developed brain in Monty Harrison, okay? Your brain does not stop developing until you're 25. So if you're 29, your processing is going to be fast, okay? And that's what Unk does, all right? Now, if you do miss it, you do need to tackle him, and he almost house calls this, okay? Definitely one of the more incredible special teams plays you'll see. That was a good job adjusting to it by Monty Harrison. There was a flag anyway, so you get a nice return and some good field position, okay? And I'm telling you, Bobby Petrino with this 12 personnel found something, all right? There are a few things I get right. The one thing I got right was Bobby was going to take advantage of his good tight ends, good little RPO read. That's a good job by Taylen Green. And this is what you want, man. Just simple QBing, but he misses him. All right, shout out to Tyrone Broden. He did retweet me last week, okay? And once again, the bad ball location strikes again. Difficult situation, 3rd and 8, all right? They are in too high, all right? Your too high beater here is always going to be an in-breaker over the middle or any kind of seam, okay? Because this is where the whole of the defense is, all right? It's a difficult throw because he starts off looking right, okay, and reading the smash concept, all right? So the design of this is for Isaiah Satania to carry this safety here and Armstrong to carry this underhang defender right here, okay? So you can throw this, but you can see that the safety, and you really can't see, but the safety is over the top of this. So guess what? Taylen Green decides to work backside, and it's there. Okay? It's there. And he's staring right at it. It looks like his feet are still in the direction of Satania here. And that's just there. It's just there. You need your quarterback to make this throw. It's very, people throw this around and it's lazy, slow processing. This is very slow processor, okay? This is AIM dial-up internet, all right? Think of that sound. And Broden is still open, and we know he can jump. And it's not even worthy of a jump. All right, 3rd and 10. You hate to see a touchdown be given up in this spot, okay? I'm thinking Slaughter felt he was going to have some inside help on the slant, and he's probably right. You could tell by the leverage here that he thought that there would be something over the middle helping him, okay? And you could see that this safety is actually bracketing the in-breaker on this side. The safety actually plays over the top right here, and I think Slaughter thought Metcalf was going to be here, okay? So Slaughter's put in a bad spot. You still need to have the speed to chase this guy down, and you just got to find some way to do it, all right? Horse collar him. Bring him down, all right? A penalty isn't really worth anything. You get half the distance. You want to make them execute in the red zone, and that's just unacceptable, okay? Okay, I want to be perfectly clear, all right? Taylen Green had some really good plays this play before it. He hit Andrew Armstrong on a comeback to get this drive going, and he was also on this drive able to have a nice zone read pull to get Arkansas into this point, okay? So, normally these kinds of rollouts, this has been a very popular thing. You roll out left, and then you look back right, and you're trying to throw this ball here to Broden, okay? An issue becomes the umpire. You can see this kind of spooks Broden a little bit here, the umpire. So your goal right here is to throw the deep over. Protection does break down. They did have a blitzer come, and he throws this off his back leg, and, this ball needs to be where Broden is running, okay, over here, away from the defender. But because he was backpedaling, he throws what should have been a pick. Just a really bad throw. All right, I'm not showing it. Landon Jackson had some amazing runs on this drive, but Landon's good. Can Hill be your top backup? He did some really good things in this game. I mean, really good things. And I'll be honest, this Arkansas run blocking is night and day. Once again, level of competition is not the same, but I can't get over how good this is. And having a dual threat quarterback helps out so much. It may not show it, but it helps so much with the gaps and the spaces and all of that. This is a perfectly blocked run play, okay? We need Hill to make this safety miss, okay? Somehow, some way, do it. He gets lucky that the safety blows a tackle, but he shows some good strength, and Arkansas eventually does score on this drive. So you bring in Braylon Russell. I'm not normally a fan of bringing everyone in tight, but if your run blocking is as hot as Arkansas's been this year, when it comes to run blocking, you trust it, and that was a well-designed play, and it's good to see Braylon Russell get a touch. A lot better here from Taylen Green. You get the pre-snap motion. I love pre-snap motion, okay? And, man, this is an absolute moonball to Andrew Armstrong, okay? You see Bobby's basically doing the same thing. Vertical, deep over to this side, okay? Very popular concept, okay? And Taylen, look at this, okay? While getting hit, this is some pretty good athleticism to still get that off and still throw the football as accurately as he did right here. Look at this ball location. Bang! That's a really good catch right there by Armstrong. All right, so this is a UAB run all over again. Is this an absolutely positively ridiculous play by Taylen Green? Yes, it is, okay? This is also really poor quarterbacking, okay? You have your pass protection, and this is a really, really good play design, okay? You're running an out from your number one, and you're running dagger here, okay? You have your fastest receiver as the clear out route to draw these defenders, okay? They're running Tampa 2. So the middle backer also has to run with the go on Tampa 2, right? Because the safety doesn't have leverage on it. Dagger is a really good cover 3 beater, which is essentially what Tampa 2 to a certain degree is. So dagger is the perfect concept to run here, all right? This is perfect. And you got Broden shielding the overhang, all right? Taylen Green is looking right there. Rip it. Absolutely, positively rip this. You still could rip this. You could probably flip it behind your head and it's probably going to get caught. But he runs away from it, and now it becomes circus play. And they still don't have it covered, okay? Now, what's going to happen here? Well, I don't know. Right here, I would have liked to have seen Broden really turn and go upfield, okay? If he turns and actually puts his cleat in the ground and turns his shoulder up here, instead we pick it up here, Taylen Green throws across his body, and man, it's dangerous when you throw across your body like that, okay? Man. And then that's also not something I would recommend Andrew Armstrong doing again, okay? I understand you want to make a play, but if you're at the yard line to gain, you don't want to cut back this way, okay? Because a tackle makes you short, all right? The first down is more valuable than the extra yardage that you pick up after this catch, unless you, of course, score, okay? All right, but this is what you also get from Taylen Green, okay? Zone read pull right here, and this time the contained defender does a really good job of making Taylen Green give all that ground. You just got to hope your DB can make this open field tackle. Taylen Green just kind of holding the ball out recklessly there. You want to be careful when you do that, okay? And he runs this thing in. I mean, this is just a ridiculous cutback, and he scores. Off on 1st and 10 here. I have never understood this, okay? How has this not been taken out of the game by the offensive coaches? If you're a defensive player, this doesn't matter as much, okay? So Taylen Green gets exactly what he wants on this out and up, all right? So it looked like he was running out. Now he's going upfield. Okay, he throws the ball here, and I say Isaiah Satania. Isaac Tesla is being held by the undershirt, and I honestly think that's legal, right? If the undershirt is pulled. I'm starting to think that because I see it happen all the time. If his undershirt is not being pulled, he's catching this in stride for a huge gain. And they did call pass interference, but, you know, if you didn't have it at all, you're catching this for a huge, huge, huge gain. All right, so you move ahead here. And, man, dude, it is so hard to get reps at wide receiver. It's even harder to get targets, okay? Yeah, I would like to have seen if this was open, this vertical right here. But Taylen, you know, he waits. You're never going to get the absolute prettiest, most catchable ball. 17, you guys let me know who 17 is in the comment section. He just drops it. I mean, it is such a bad drop. Ugh! You'll see it here. Let's see. Do you want to throw this vertical ball right here to Tesla? I mean, you could. You could definitely make a strong case that this is where the ball should have been going, okay? Because if you see the safety take Satania, take Satania, you can go to Tesla here. But the comeback is also open, and you also get it to the sideline so you could just catch it and go right out of bounds if you want to play the clock preservation game. And, you know, it happens to the best of us. All right, so we move ahead to the second half, and this is just a ridiculous play by Taylen Green. Okay, this is the absolute worst type of pressure, pretty much immediate A-gap pressure, okay? There is nothing you could really do about this other than run for your life. And there's just, I mean, obviously Milroe's making that play. Lagway is making that play. But there's just not many quarterbacks in the SEC who could pull this off. I mean, it is ridiculous athleticism to get upfield and pick up that first. Now, I do want to be fair that they actually got what they want here, okay? Ty Washington on the seam, okay? They got exactly what they want. Now, the other thing about this is there was a leaking tight end here, Posky, who's been the blocking tight end, and he is held right here. Either way, we eventually get to this 3rd and 2, and it's fullback time. I wish my team, LSU, had a fullback and actually ran under center, okay? Toss, handoff, all right? Look at how well Arkansas is just run blocking. It is ridiculous, okay? That's a good job right there to get this guy washed out, and all you need is a running back who can hit that hole, pause, and guess what? If the defense is playing patty cake, you make them pay. And Landon Jackson, man, how many running backs in the SEC are better than him? Not many. That's ridiculous. All right, a little bit disjointed play here. Okay, you can just kind of tell that everything is just kind of casual. The right tackle's not even out of his stance. Okay, so this play is just kind of broken. That's on the quarterback, all right? Or it might be on the center. I don't know. Timing, both of them, you got to be better. Now, 56 had some rough snaps, some rough plays in this game. And now Taylen Green's like, okay, I got to make something happen. What I would say here is right here, this inbreaker to Tesla is probably open. I don't know where the safety is. He's giving a lot of ground, so he might be breaking down on this. Either way, it all comes down to the progression, all right? And in this case, I don't know how many times you want to actually run backward like this far backwards, okay? Because if you get sacked here, it's done. The series is done, all right? You also want to make sure you throw this away so you're not taking the sack. So he just kind of throws it up, F it, Andrew somewhere down there. And Andrew Armstrong was by far Arkansas's best player in this game. He makes a ridiculous catch for a first down. So you'll see right here, Andrew Armstrong points and says that this guy is blitzing, okay? And he is blitzing. He did a good job disguising it for half a second. So that's good recognition. Kendall Browell's offense did a really good job of that as well. So stopping and just taking these yards, throwing the direction of the blitz. Safety is not going to be comfortable guarding Andrew Armstrong. He makes a miss, and now it's off to the races for a huge, huge explosive gain. Huge, huge play in this game. It ended up not having that big of an impact as Arkansas eventually kicked a field goal, but you get really good protection here. And Taylen Green throws an absolute dart, but Broden slips, okay? Now, is this ball behind him and it forces him to redirect? Yeah, definitely partially true. You catch that inbounds, you don't miss the field goal. And, So this is why Landon Jackson has real NFL potential. So, he's normally an end. You put him in a 4-eye right here. You run a tight front, okay, to give them a different look. And he gets to the inside of this player, jacks him up, keeps his outside shoulder free, shuffles down the line of scrimmage. And Arkansas's defensive line's just had a really solid season up to this point. That's good stuff. Kind of a tough year for Broden, right? He was missed a few times versus Oklahoma State. I was mad when Arkansas didn't challenge his catch at the end of the second half. So his numbers should be way better than what they actually are. Here, he just drops a seed right here. Now, is it perfectly thrown? It's not. A perfectly thrown ball hits him in stride, so he doesn't have to dive for it, and he just drops this, okay? You just got to make that catch. You just do. All right, here we go. Bobby Petrino's best play call of the day, if you ask me. Understanding time and situation. You're not going to pick this up. So, get the football in your best player's hands and see what you can get out of it, okay? And he gets a lot out of it and makes it a manageable field goal here. And God, Jaquindon's so good, man. Makes that guy miss, makes another guy miss. I mean, the dude is unfreaking believable, and he makes this a manageable field goal that Arkansas does. All right, so you get to this 4th and 1. They did a good job not calling a timeout and just getting up there. I'm a little shocked that Arkansas, okay, you have a 5-man front, but you don't have a Mike. I think if you had somebody right here, you're probably stopping. You know, Ball did a good job generating this penetration, making this running back have to make some kind of cutback. If you had just a Mike here, you're probably feeling this now. Instead, a safety gets there late, and he picks up the first. And Jaden Johnson gets picked on again, okay? I don't fault him too much for not making that tackle. You have a leverage advantage over 11, and he beats you in that direction, okay? So, obviously, you're getting no rush. Landon Jackson almost deflects it, and you're right here to make the touchdown-saving tackle, okay? Don't try and rip the football loose. Don't. Just tackle him, right? Force them to have to convert inside the red zone. Yes, a fumble would be nice, but he scores instead of you just making the tackle. All right, so you give up the tutty, right? You're backed up, 1st and 15 after a penalty. So you need Taylen Green to make a play. This is such a good decision to not lock in and throw this football. I know you really want to get Lucas going. That's a good job just working off of this. Now, could Taylen Green have ripped this football right here, right now? Sure, okay? But I also am okay if it's this wide open for him to tuck and run. I can live with that, okay? And then he decides to throw the football to Andrew Armstrong, who, of course, is going to make somebody miss. Armstrong, simply sensational. Best player on the field. And I do think Taylen could have ripped this, okay? That could be thrown just based on where this DB is. I just think you do have to throw it, but there's heavy pressure, and Taylen Green trusts his athleticism to get through it, okay? Protection is okay, right? Everything could have been picked up a little bit cleaner there. So now Taylen's just going to make a play. And he had a great zone read pull on the play before. We just didn't show it to you. And now this guy, I mean, this is Houdini. Look at this. He gets out of that. Like, that is absolutely, positively redunculous running. And he picks up the first down. Elite athleticism. All right, we get to the 2nd and goal, and they try to play action fake. It was stuffed on first, and it's fumbled, okay? Once again, the turnovers, and this just is not a smart decision right here by Taylen Green, okay? First off, if you're a QB, obviously if you can extend the play, do it. But in this spot, the recovery is so much more valuable than if you could pick it up and extend the play, okay? Just fall on it, and he's able to still get it. Now, you guys saw the message a little bit earlier, but if it's in your heart's desire, please drop a Venmo, Cash App, Super Chat, all that good stuff. It helps grow the channel, okay? I'm a little concerned by this play call by Bobby Petrino. He's basically saying, look, I do not trust Taylen Green to make a throw in this spot. You get a bad snap as well, okay? But you get perfect blocking. You also get the 2-for-1 here from Broden. Broden's job is to run inside and hope this corner runs with them in man coverage. He does just that, and now he's late as a contained defender here. And now you just need your guys to make simple blocks. 76 does just that. 55 does just that. And Taylen scores. Huge. All right, 4th and 7, game on the line. God, I love this call right here by T. Will. I really, really, really do. Okay? You know this is going to be a longer developing play if you're trying to run, making sure all your routes are past the sticks. So there is extra value in bringing a second level pressure that is really hard to pick up, okay? So no one gets Danico Slaughter. This is the game-deciding sack, okay? And you get unlucky that he accidentally pulls the helmet off. Man, that's just you hate that if you're T. Will because that's the game decider. There was also a pretty serious injury when somebody's helmet fell off earlier, so I'm glad nobody got hurt. All right, when you really needed it, Landon Jackson steps up big and makes a big play. First off, he gets a chip from the running back, cross chops the tackle here, and he's right in the face of Zeno. Now, this is the benefit of having Landon Jackson. He's 6'6". His length is ridiculous. Look at that. All right. Deflects the pass, and it's an INT, even though you were burnt toast on that play. Oh, that sucks if you're UAB. All right, I'll keep it a buck here. I don't know what the hell Metcalf is even thinking here. I really, 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 really do not know. Why are you not staying on top of this route right here? Okay. Oh, it was a double move. Okay. 82 was selling like he was going out, and now he's going vertical. Okay. He's waiting. God, that is just bad right there by Metcalf. Oh, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Landon Jackson makes a big play, and Metcalf, who was burned horribly, gets the game-deciding INT. Football is a cruel, cruel, cruel game. So, all right, so what do you make of this game if you're Arkansas? Well, it was a game you survived. Look, I don't want anyone to take what I've said about Taylen Green in the past. And, I got some angry emails and messages. By the way, another thing about this that was really sloppy defensively, you never want to run your own guy over out of the play, okay? And you see, you knock down your end, and that essentially knocks you down, okay? So this was just a calamity of errors defensively that Landon Jackson saved on his own, right? If he's not deflecting that, it's a walk-in touchdown. So really, he should get credit for the pick, but Metcalf, who was burned, will get credit for it, okay? Now, look, I'm not asking Taylen Green to become the next coming of Peyton Manning. I'm not. But you guys have seen the missed throws, and you can see his numbers. 11 total passes were caught in this game, and they were only caught by 3 different receivers, okay? You're just simply not going to be able to do that versus better teams and win those games, unless those games are weird and they get ugly or whatever. Now, did Taylen Green do a lot running the football? Yeah, sure. Did he take care of the football outside of that pick the early in the game? Sure. But Arkansas still needs to figure out this passing attack. They just do. Now, defensively, this was a huge step back from what you saw last week versus Oklahoma State. And the issue is, yeah, there was an overtime game, but the defense was hardly on the field, right? Still, it was a brutal, brutal game defensively for Arkansas versus UAB. Now, UAB had an ugly loss last week, so you knew they would come back and get really excited about playing an SEC game, and this obviously was not, a super motivated spot if you're Arkansas. But the bottom line is this was your home opener, and you didn't look all that great. But the truth is, as they celebrate Metcalf here, the truth is there's a lot of teams in the SEC that did not look good at all this weekend. So that should give you hope if you are the Razorbacks. So comment below your thoughts. Don't forget, we will have Arkansas live streams every Monday at 5 p.m. And John Neighbors will be our guest for this week. It is Power Hour SEC. Boom. And tonight, we're doing steaks. Let's go.